Hi there, Scorpio. Welcome to your May 2014 Runescope. Yay, it's May, finally. Always, I remind you to watch the video of your rising sign because that can give you some clarification or some more information on what issues or themes you may be dealing with in May. Of course, the only way to get a reading specifically and only for you is to schedule one with me. I do those on Skype. They're $65 for a half-an-hour session. Drop me a line at the email address below this video if you want to set up an appointment. I do schedule those in the order that I receive emails. So, I mean, if there is a delay, that just means there's quite a few people in front of you, but I will respond to you. You know, depending on how many people there are, though, it can take a little while. I do want to let you know also that I am very thankful to you guys for liking, sharing, and subscribing to my videos. In April, I've had more people than ever before who were recommended to me by someone else, either someone that I've done a reading for or someone who just popped to one of my videos on their Facebook page. So thank you so much for doing that. I'm so thankful that the majority of the responses to these videos has been overwhelmingly positive. They really seem to be helping you guys a lot. So, or helping most of you a lot. So, I mean, I will continue to do them as long as I enjoy it and as long as people seem to be benefiting from it. When it stops being beneficial, we'll have to think about that. But for right now, I'm very thankful that you guys are sharing. And, you know, sometimes a shared video can be just the message that someone needs to hear. So if you watch a video, I know a lot of you watch these signs of people you know as well as your own. And if you hear something in one of their videos that you think would help them, if it matches up definitely with what they're going through, share that with them, because sometimes it's just that message that somebody needs to hear, and they'll be thankful to you for doing that. And I will be thankful, of course, for you sharing that and helping someone out. But let's take a look at May, Scorpio. See what you guys are going to be dealing with going into May. We did have that square in April, that grand square astrologically. So, I mean, and that is spilling over into May, the first couple of weeks. But for a lot of you, there's something, there's a karmic situation, a karmic relationship, somebody that may have been a karmic connection for you. And maybe you haven't seen or heard from this person in a while. And they come back into your life in a way, in a certain way that makes you very happy. That's how this can work out. There also can be something that has been hidden about a legal case. You may be seeking legal advice, or you may have been waiting on a settlement or some legal case to be final, a divorce to be final, that sort of thing. Those of you who that's what this means on the mundane level. So those of you who have been dealing with that are gonna get a nice surprise. You may get more than you thought you were gonna get. You may get a settlement that's larger than you thought you were gonna get. You may get a better custody situation than you thought you were gonna get if this was a divorce thing. So yeah, there's something hidden, or something or someone that you thought was gone for good that comes back, and it just makes, this person just makes you happy. Whoever this is, this just makes you happy. Or this situation, if it's a legal situation, just makes you happy. It doesn't have to be a legal situation. I mean, it could just be something that was a karmic situation and it works out in your favor due to something that until May had been hidden from you. So yeah, something coming to light, Scorpio, for you that has been obscured in some way. It is now, the sun comes out and it is enlightened, and it is very much a victory time for you in May regarding this situation, this karmic connection or karmic situation for you. And what I'm seeing is that some of you may be a little timid about this or concerned about this, though. The runes are saying if you have somebody come back into your life from the past who has been a negative influence or who was negative to you, you may be tempted to go down a road you've already been down, and the results would be the same. And I feel like you'll know this, Scorpio, because again, you're a very intuitive sign. You have occult abilities. So, you know, if you do this, if you read tarot for yourself, or if you consult or get readings, that sort of thing, definitely do that in May, just to get some perspective, just to get some direction. You may need it because you may not be hearing, you may be hearing what you want to hear. Your heart may be telling you what you want to hear. that, you know, this person should be given a second chance. Because again, a karmic relationship is one where the bond is very strong between you and the other person. You know, because you've had business to complete in this life. And, you know, unfortunately, sometimes that business is a lesson for them in that, you know, you can't treat somebody this way and then just keep coming back into their life. So if that's a situation you find yourself in, Scorpio, in May, just know that the results are going to be the same. And you know, that this is a person that's disappointed you quite a lot, Scorpio. Or maybe you are reconnecting with somebody that you've disappointed and you may not get the response that you were hoping. So yeah, Scorpio, if you run into somebody that you have that karmic connection with in May, if you contact somebody, I think you still need to do that, but you may not get the response you need. There may be a delay around the response. You may be disappointed in the lack of response that you get. But if there's a delay around the communication, it's just because this person is confused or thinking about things or just needs to mull things over before they get back to you. So don't take it as an immediate shutdown. And Scorpio, you can sometimes do that, you know, just take it as an immediate rebuff or an immediate, this person doesn't want to hear from me again. You know, that's not the case. It looks like they're just afraid of being disappointed again, afraid of going back over old land, old paths, trying to figure out why that would benefit them. So something else that may be going on, Scorpio, is that a relationship that you're in, and this could be going back to this if this is a divorce, but I mean, you know, you may just be your ex may be trying to get you back, you know, and you just don't, you're not interested in that. You may have to meet with somebody, talk with somebody, be around somebody you don't want to be around anymore. You may be dealing with that, and it just may be a drudgery. Maybe you're in a relationship still that you are not happy about, and May is the month that you start considering, you know, getting out of it, you know, leaving it behind, moving on to greener pastures. Because it looks like there's a lot of arguments, communication issues, and things going on in this relationship that are not, you're just tired of it. For those of you who are in this situation, you're just tired of it. And for those of you who are single, you're just tired of not having a relationship. But the thing is, Scorpio, if you want a relationship, you have to put yourself out there. They're not going to show up on your doorstep. I am kind of seeing some of you cloistering yourselves away, and you work hard, but you don't ever get out and play. If it's important to you, if it's a priority to you to find a relationship, you do have to make it a priority. You do have to go out so that you can meet people, or you have to put yourself out there, at least online, get a profile up so that you can actually, you know, like I said, you got to work to make it work for you. You can't just expect somebody to show up on your doorstep. And, you know, Scorpio, I know you don't like meeting new people, really. But the thing is, you're a very good judge of character, so you can quickly weed out those, even online. You know, you have this occult ability, this psychic ability that allows you to weed out those that you probably even just reading profiles online, you're able to do that. So put yourself out there, Scorpio. If you're single and you want to change that, it's not going to happen until you do. You know, it just doesn't work that way. I wish I could give you the Disney fairy tale, but I can't. This is real life. This is real life, not Disney. So I think you'll be surprised, though, that once you start doing that, how easily it comes, and how I mean, there are interesting people out there to meet. So, Scorpio, if you want to change that, do that in May. It's a great time to start, you know, and you don't have to do it. There's no rush to do it. Take your time, really give a lot of thought. If you're doing an online profile, give thought to what you want to say, what you're looking for. Be honest. You know, don't post a picture from 100 years ago. Post what you really look like. You know, because ultimately you want to meet people in person. This is just a preliminary, so they are eventually going to see you. So just be honest, get that out of the way up front. And, you know, don't be so derogatory and hard on yourself, Scorpio. You have high standards for yourself. And you assume that everybody else has their standards are up here where yours are, and that's not always the case. In fact, very rarely is it the case, Scorpio. So don't be down on yourself, you know? Post a picture and get it going. You single Scorpios, or you soon to be divorced Scorpios, or newly single Scorpios. Get yourself out there, get back on that horse. And that's the advice. I mean, that's the help that's available to you. The more you put yourself out there, the more you're going to get positive feedback. You're going to get a positive response. Somebody may advise you against a new beginning, but you really, again, intuitively are feeling that it's time to start something new, Scorpio. And this has to do more, I feel, with relationships rather than financial things. Not to say that some of you won't be changing jobs or starting jobs in May, but that may be what this is for some of you. But for a lot of you, it's a new start on a relationship level, or, you know, interpersonal relationships. An opening up for you to new things, new people, new experiences. And, you know, some of you may be opening up to this occult ability. You may be feeding that. You may be looking for ways to grow that, looking for ways that you can better control your abilities, or better use your abilities. So that, and there may be people who are derogatory about this, advising you against it. The advice is to not tell people that you know will have that response, because it's really none of their business. But also because, you know, you're going to do it anyway. You just are, and you're supposed to do it, and you have to do it, and it doesn't matter what they say. So, again, Scorpio, and this happens a lot in your readings, you know, advice for you, you don't ever really take anybody else's advice. I don't know that you seek advice that much, because you just kind of, you have that strong intuition that just kind of leads you right. And you're not really open to advice from others anyway. But I mean, people will give it to you whether you want it or not. I know, I experience that all the time. You should do this, you should do that. Well, no, I shouldn't. You're not me. I know what I should do, and that's not it. Thanks, though. So, I mean, I'm surprised that any of you are here watching these videos, honestly. But again, I think it ties into that occult thing. You're drawn to that sort of thing because you understand it. Advice in this forum comes from beyond, and that works better for you. So if you can tap into that yourself and grow that, I think that would be a great thing to start in May. I think you'll find that it really just comes easily to you. And the more you experiment with it and learn about it, the more you grow in that area. What has to be accepted about May, Scorpio? Finances are good. Finances are going to be stable. I see no surprises there for you, Scorpio. If there are, they're going to be minor. You know, there may be a bit of a delay around getting back a payment from a client or something like that, but they just need a reminder. You'll work it out. You know, if you're supposed to get a raise in May, there might be a little bit of a delay around that. No biggie. It will come through. It's just maybe there was a bit of a delay in April that kind of pushed things back. So finances look good, Scorpio. Very blessed in that area for anything that you want to do regarding spending, purchases, things like that. Things are going to remain stable for you. And relationships, partnerships. Just be patient. Be patient. Whether it's you initiating contact with somebody or somebody who's, you know, initiating contact with you, be patient. Again, don't jump to conclusions. You don't immediately think, oh, this person's not going to write me back. This person's not going to respond to me. If you email somebody on an online dating site, oh, well, this person's not going to like me. They're not going to get back to me. Don't do that to yourself, Scorpio. Turn off the inner monologue. Shut it down, mute it. And just let things unfold with relationships, because things are going to look very different in your relationship sphere by the end of May. I think you're going to be feeling a lot more positive about it. Your self-esteem's definitely going to get a boost. I mean, you know, you're a commodity. You're a hot commodity. I think if you don't realize that at the beginning of May, you will by the end of May. Stick in there. Hang in there. Let's see what else would be going on. Some of you may be looking for, maybe dealing with property stuff, and you may be buying property to build a new home on. Some of you may just be buying new property, but I feel like a lot of you may be actually building a new home. You may be choosing all of the style, all of the interiors, that sort of thing with a group. a company that builds homes. And if you've inherited land, that may be Scorpio. You may find out in May that you've inherited some land. Somebody's left some property to you, and that's what your plans are for it, what you can do with it. Some of you may decide to use it for a business, you know, or move your business there. That may be what you decide to do. Some of you, Scorpio, may be dealing with, and I think this, for some of you, this will be going back to this relationship stuff. Somebody that, a manipulative. Sorry about that, Scorpio. The camera always acts up during your videos. It's always in the middle of Scorpio, but it starts beeping at me for one reason or another. So apologize for that. But no, what I was saying is that there seems to be a manipulative woman who may have been causing friction in your family. And this can be a friend too, but I am getting more of a family vibe from this. And I do believe something about this came up last month for you, Scorpio. But it could be that somebody who was being manipulated or blinded by this person is now seeing the truth of the situation or seeing the truth of this person. You know, and this could be somebody, this could even be a friend or a girlfriend for you male Scorpios who just may have started out as what you thought was a good influence, but then you got to know this person better, and they turned out to be an actually very negative influence on your life. So truth about this person's coming out, and you know, there will be arguments over this or conflicts over this. Maybe somebody is telling you, if you're a female Scorpio or a more feminine energy, if you're a gay man, I mean, it could be that somebody is, you know, accusing you of this, that you're being manipulative, that you're being a liar, you're not being honest. If you haven't been honest with somebody, Scorpio, you may be forced to, you know, bring the truth to light. You may be forced to tell the truth, or you may feel vulnerable. You may feel ganged up on if this is you. But for most of you, I'm getting that this is just a bad influence that's been brought into your life, maybe not necessarily by you, but by someone connected to you. And somebody's seeing the truth about this situation finally, and is in quite a pickle with this person. Maybe they're married to this person or in a romantic relationship with this person, so they can't just kind of easily escape. But it seems like this person has had a lot of influence over whoever this is. So that's why I think it's another person, Scorpio, because you guys are generally not easily influenced. You're a fixed sign, so you tend to, you know, everything's very black and white to you. You like something or you hate it. There's kind of no in between. You like someone or you hate someone. There's no in between. So I do feel like this is somebody who is more mutable, maybe a mutable sign, or more easily influenced by others, that may be coming to grips with the truth, and that may be causing some conflicts within the family, or maybe this other person is stirring up drama. So the advice regarding that situation is I feel like you'll be drawn into this, Scorpio. Despite your best intentions, you may do your best to stay out of it. And you may have already been drawn into it at different intervals in the past. But this is working toward a conclusion, and you know, it's going to be a different amount of time for all of you, depending on the specific situation, like how long it's going to take. But you're working toward a resolution for this. So in May, if conflicts do come up, if harsh words are said, you know, if you're drawn into it, just be as honest and open as you can, you know, and don't mince words. I don't think you will. I think you will be very blunt. I think you probably have been blunt in this situation before, blunt with this person before. And, you know, they played the victim or, you know, tried to use this against you in some way to turn someone that you love against you. That may be how this is working, Scorpio. But just know that even though you may feel vulnerable in May to this person in some way, that is temporary. It's not going to remain that way. This person that you care about that's involved in this situation is seeing truth. So that is what I see for May, Scorpio. Sorry again about the interruption. Good luck with May, and I will see you back here in June.